All things are possible. All creation is finished. I want to dive into this a little deeper today because I saw the Ant-Man last night, and if you haven't seen it, I suggest that you go see it if you like comic movies, or if you don't. I am going to give you guys an example where it's clearly being reflected to the world that all things are possible, and there's a quite a few scenes in that movie that are totally metaphysical and describe Neville Goddard, parallel realities, so many things. And I want to share with you an analogy from that movie that is going to help this sink in about everything is possible. And then I'm going to get into further how it's different to look at everything as possible from I am versus from you as a human being. But before we get started, my name is Rose, and welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart so you can live a life that you love. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one or in the group, however you would like, you can go to RoseyLife.com for all the details. Okay, so like I said, last night I went to go see Ant-Man, and it was so cool to watch all of these things that we talk about on this channel, that we read in manifesting books, and parallel realities, and quantum mechanics, quantum physics, and how it's just really being pulled out more and more, and I just love it. But however, in Ant-Man, for those of you who haven't seen it or aren't familiar with his character, Ant-Man is able to shrink himself down into the size of a bug, of an ant. And he can shrink himself down, and then he can make things bigger, or he can be like a human normal size. But in this movie, he gets pulled into what they call the quantum realm. And the quantum realm is where they end up going, and they discuss that in quantum realm there is no time and there is no space, and that anything, they even say it, they say anything can happen down here, like anything. And it almost like they present it as scary as like it freaks them out, because there's really no like order, there's no rules, there's no anything can happen, and things that you see aren't what they imagine them to be. Which, you guys getting this, right? This is what we're talking about all the time on this channel as well, that things are not what they seem. And that even though you think like one interaction, one of the characters has is like they get into some knife fight, and it looks like she stabs him and cuts an arm off, and then he just turns around and gets up and pulls a knife out and grows his arm back out. And then they hug, and then they think it's funny because this is what happens in this quantum realm. And however, why I want you to bring this up is there's this scene, and I'm not going to ruin the movie for you guys, but there is this scene in particular that I thought, I just love it, because what happens with Ant-Man is he's in this quantum realm, and he's able to see infinite versions of himself instantly. And he's in that moment, he's just like wondering what the hell is going on, because every single version, meaning every choice he could have made, and this is how they say it, every choice he could have made, that version of him making that choice is popping up right in front of him, including he in the movie, he used to work like at a Baskin Robbins or Dunkin' Donuts ice cream shop, and even that version of him shows up in like little apron and the uniform, and he's just like freaking out, and they're identical, and it kind of looks like this. So this is him, Ant-Man, okay? I circled it so you can highlight where it starts in the movie, right? And then as he's thinking about all his choices that he needs to make with something that's happening, he's like, I'm not really sure what to do. All these different versions of him that look identical to him start appearing, and they pop up, like this one pops up, and then from this one pops up, and then this one, and they all start multiplying, and there's literally thousands of him popping up, and he's in a sea. I didn't draw enough of them because there's so many, but he's standing in the middle of a sea of possibilities of him, like different versions, possibilities of him. And then he gets to a point, and it's funny because I'm just drawing with you guys here different little versions, but he gets to a point, he said, oh my God, one of them says, how do we know which one of us is real? And then they put the camera on him, and he's just like, he has to make a decision because he needs to go fight some monster, and he has to make a decision. He says, I need to fight that monster. And as soon as he makes that decision, all of the versions of him all of a sudden join forces with that one version and begin to create like a man mountain built, right? In other words, they just start piling on top of each other, and they get higher and higher so that he can reach the top to do the thing that he needs to do. And someone says, how is this happening? And they say, because we all want the same thing. We all want the same thing. And I thought, that is so wonderful, because that is exactly what is happening. Like, all the versions of you, all of the versions of you exist. All these infinite possibilities of you exist right now, not in the future or the past. They're all with you right now. And they all are one. You are one with all of them, meaning as soon as you move, right, everything everything wants to support you. Like, all the versions of you want what you want what they want. It's all connected. It's all one, because there's not any separation here. So it was so cool because I put in, like, for example, there's a version of you that's crying, that has a career that you want, that got a hat that you want, that has the love that you want, that has the hair that you want, that has the pizza slice that you wanted, the money that you wanted, that you're sad, you're scared. There's all these versions of you exist right now. And if you were to meet up with them all individually like Ant-Man did, it would freak you the hell out. But so what we do is we select, like he did. He finally selected what he wanted, and everything and everyone started helping him to make that possible. Do you see? So when I was in the movies, I thought of this Bible verse in Matthew 19:26. It says, all things are possible with God. So think about that. It's all things are possible. If you really break that down, all things, right, are possible. All these possibilities, they're all here. They're all possible. They're all waiting for you to choose it and to accept it and to be it. That is your only job. And then everything starts moving to help you come into that version of yourself. Everything, that is where you don't have to do the work. Everything, all versions, everything happens to conform, to bring you to that version of yourself. And the way that a lot of people ask, like, okay, how do you get there, right? Well, you say, I am, whatever it is. It's like, I am with the love of my life, but you're saying it as I am. Do you get that? You're saying, I am whatever, the millionaire, whatever, I am, but you're saying it as I am. Different. It's, I am this, whatever, and it's coming from I am. All things are possible with God. So you're saying, I am wealthy and with God, right? You're saying it as God, as the I am. But that's the key, is that you're not doing this from a human perspective. You're not just saying, I'm this, I'm that, and if it feels like robotic and it feels like you don't really you don't feel anything or whatever, that's because you're forgetting what the I am is and what you're saying. You're saying it as God, as source, as infinite intelligence, as the universe, as the power, whatever you want to refer to it, as love. You're saying it as love. I am, right? You're saying I am whatever. I am wealthy, you're saying it as I am. You're not saying it from, I'm not saying it as Rose. I'm saying it as I am. I am God. As God, I am saying that I am wealthy. Do you see that? And that's the key, is it's not just words. You are claiming it. You're declaring it as God, that you are what you desire to be. And then you move there and you decide, and everything starts happening and coming to you, right? And then there's another scene in the movie where the bad guy also does the same thing, right? Or he creates all these infinite versions of himself too. But like, I'm not going to give you any more details for those of you like watching DC movies like I do. But I wanted to share this with you because that's what all creation is finished is meaning, that all possibilities, that anything you could ever want exist right now. And you're just selecting from all these different possibilities of you doing different things, having different experiences. You're just selecting that version of you. You're not creating it. You're selecting that version of you because it's all here. And once you select it, like Ant-Man did, then everything starts, the whole universe, like all power within you, right? All power as God starts moving everything to bring that version of you into your physical awareness. Yet remember, imagination is reality. So what you do within, what you imagine within, which version of you select within, that is when it manifested. That is reality. By the time it comes out, it has already been manifested. It's a reflection of what you selected within, what you manifested within, meaning you selected that version or that possibility of you. So, and it's funny because also I'm kind of curious too sometimes, where these film directors get the content from, but a lot of the descriptions in the movie are from reality transurfing. And it was funny to hear the terminology and the word usage. It sounds so much like the reality transurfing book, if for those of you who have read it. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you, that all things are possible. All things are possible with God. Another word you can say is like all possibilities are possible for me because I have God within. I am God. Do you see? However, you can play around with the words for yourself, and so however it feels, like if it resonates with you, it doesn't matter, because things already exist. Everything exists right now, and your only job is to select the version of you, right? And believe in that version of you that exists, because it does. Remember, just because you can't see them all, right? He went into the quantum realm. If he was up in Earth level, like he wouldn't have been able to see all that. But he went into the quantum realm. Well, where's the quantum realm? For us, in imagination. And that is our quantum realm. When we go into quantum realm, we're able to see all the versions of ourselves. And that is where we select the desired version or the desired experience. That is where we select it. But had he been on Earth, he wouldn't see all these millions of things that pop up, versions of himself. That is what we do in our imagination or quantum realm. All right, my loves, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for liking my videos and for sharing them with others and subscribing to The Rosey Life. I appreciate you guys so, so much. And I'll see you guys soon, because you guys are all freaking amazing. Bye.